Insert intro video here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Hey, Mishy.
Howdy.
You like that intro? I'm thinking of making that a staple.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. It's kind of cool to see this on your phone. Now I'm gonna get all confused and stuff, though. How you doing, man?
I'm here. Been a crazy couple of weeks, but yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm glad you are. The video you sent me of that high speed chase, man. Every time they'd go between them trucks and left shoulder to right shoulder, and
Oh
oh
yeah.
my gosh, man, it made me squirm every time.
The only reason that didn't end worse than it did was because I've seen their driving course at the MSP Academy, and that scares me.
Yeah,
but yeah, those guys, they put those cars in some places they shouldn't go, and they win.
so I kudos to them. God bless them. Yeah. So hey, we got Dave Richardson in. Hi, Dave. 3D Woodworks is here. We may have put him to sleep already. He was first in.
Cool.
We got Blister and Barnacles. Hey, buddy. JK Pioneer is here. Hi, bud. Thanks for coming in, y'all. We're just we're checking out the new Snackleboxes and flying by the seat of our pants. So jump on in, fellers. Yeah, I wanted to. Hi, Kevin Schick. How are you, my friend? I wanted to show this spinner from Dave at Coinhuskers again. That was in my live stream yesterday, but this has got the Coinhuskers logo label. But
that's cool.
To heck with Rattlers. Yeah, this is a 2025. Right. He has 2025 ASEs, and I saw this in his video, and I had to do a video on it. So yeah, it's heads. No, it's tails. No, it's heads. No, it's tails. But anyway, you can soon. He's just got the ASEs in these right now, but soon you can buy these cases from him and put whatever, like a 1 ounce round or a sovereign in it or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's kind of gimmicky, but I thought it was cool as heck.
It is cool.
And I got a 2025 ASE. So y'all go check out Dave at coinhuskers.com and tell him Cranky and Mishy sent you. So he'll say, Mishy who?
Right, exactly.
And the Cranky will get you a surcharge of 15%.
Right.
So, there you go. Stackerman's in. Hi, Stackerman. Emerald's in. Hi, Emerald. So yeah, we're just we're flying by the seat of our pants. We're gonna talk for a little while. We'll probably have to keep this to about an hour because I have to go clean house or something.
Yeah.
As we were talking about before. Or something, probably heavy on the or something. But yeah. So what else is new in Mishy's neighborhood?
Oh, yeah, it's typical Michigan winter. On the way home from work this morning, all they were talking about it on the radio is, this can never happen on my day off. It's always got to happen when I got to drive to work.
Sure.
They're talking 48 inches of snow around here on Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and as they've proven this winter, people can't drive on a dusting to an inch, let alone 48. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting this week. So
yeah, well, we're supposed to get snow tonight and tomorrow night, I think, and
yeah,
we've had 1 inch this year. It's unbelievable. I've said it before, and it's true. New Orleans has more snow this year than Omaha, Nebraska.
Right. Well, so, there was 1 year that Texas had more snow than we did here in Michigan.
Man.
You know, we're screaming for snow because we can't, people can't ski, they can't snowmobile, they can't do this, can't do that.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there watching on the news. They're having to bring in heavy equipment to move the snow, to move that snow out of the way, like so that they can reopen the airports and the roads.
Oh yeah, they're not set up at all for that kind of thing.
No, they're not.
We got Mr. and Mrs. West Texas came in. Hi, y'all. Phoenix Coins came in. Bellows Forge. Anybody I missed? SGT. Hi, my friend.
Hey, Stacker Man, we'll try, man. Because we usually get a lot of our stuff comes up out of Ohio into our area. He's saying keep it on our side of the state. We'll try.
Yeah, well, it's above my pay grade, so
right.
we'll take it. Hey, Brian Callahan, buddy of mine from Omaha here. Is that Benson Coins? Yeah, hi, Benson's Coins. That's a UK member there. Friend. MP68, I've not met you, I don't think. Welcome. Yeah, so I don't again have an agenda, but I was working on a new pour today. I'm not going to bore everybody with this for very long, but this is what's.
Hey, pours are fun. They're not boring.
This is what's come. This is my second one on this. This would be number one. But that's I was just working on kind of cleaning that up and everything today. Here's the prototype, but I didn't vent this one very well, so I'm learning about closed pores and that type of stuff. So that's about all I got to say about that. And I'll be pouring some other stuff here, but yeah. So that's really I'm almost obsessed with the pouring and in the small things now. I'm really enjoying making like little necklace pieces and stuff like that. So
yeah, those are cool too.
Yeah, they came out pretty good. I'm still detailing on those, but I'm even learning how to do that. I got a lot of nicks in my thumbnail from the Dremel.
Yeah,
but, well, no, it's only a flesh wound. You got to be a certain age of that. Oh, and in the title too. Did you catch the for those of you in Loma Linda? Isn't that what Rush Limbaugh used to say for the? Oh, it was Rio Loma. Oh well. Anyway, I said your pantaloons instead of by your pants. If you anyway, I guess it lost something in the translation clearly. But yeah, so.
Well, it's right up there with everybody north of the border. You can't. They don't say jelly. Everything's jam.
Well, okay. And do you guys say pop or soda?
Or it's pop.
Call it pop.
It's pop. Yeah. Soda's something you use in baking. It's a white powdery substance.
down in Missouri, we always said, let's go get a pop or something. And then I didn't know, or a soda. And I didn't know about a pop until I got up here to Omaha. So yeah, JK's got soda.
If you go up to the far western tip of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, you have to make sure you're still in Michigan. I was just joking around with somebody at work last night that's from that area. You go into a restaurant and you order lunch or breakfast or whatever. And the waitress, you're not sure if they're from Wisconsin or Michigan, because it's, oh, would you like a soda? Yeah. Oh, don't you know? And it's what?
Yeah. Say that in English.
Or I can't remember where I was. There's somewhere down south where everything it's not soda or pop. It's everything's Coke.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of familiar with that too. Hi, Mike. Mike is here. He came in. Mike, I'll get a hold of you on that buffalo and get it shipped out to you here pretty soon. And then just Becky came in. And she says it's a tonic. Yeah. Well, that's coming from an area. I did a project out in Cape Cod, South Yarmouth, and Yamas. And we went out to lunch like the first day I was there. We went out to lunch and I ordered, whatever and fries. And I asked the lady if I could get ketchup. And they all, I mean, it's like in a movie. Everybody in the restaurant turned their head and looked at me like, "Who is this Yoko?"
Yeah.
Because it's vinegar on fries,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I did actually get to like while I was out there. I
Oh
certainly
yeah.
never asked for ketchup again.
Right. Well, here you got the people up north that want to put ketchup on pasties, and I can't.
On
I
what?
can't on pasties.
What's that?
Oh, you know what? I forgot. I thought we talked about this before.
That's not
Uh,
those. That's not those things that dancers wear, is it?
no, 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 no. That was actually how my cousin, one of my cousins, explained to my ex-wife how to pronounce them. She's no, they're not the things you wear, because my ex-wife used to call them pasties, and it's like no, they're not pasties, they're pasties. But they're like a meat pie. That they're I'm probably gonna screw this up, and I know we've got some friends here from the UP. It's a Finnish thing where it's like meat, potatoes, rutabaga. They just the wives used to make these for their husbands when they would go to work in the mine, and it kind of looks like a turnover, and it's like one of the staples up in the UP. It's like people go to the UP to have pasties, but the big debate here, well, up there is gravy or ketchup, and it's kind of just ugh. So
I know
yeah.
nothing in Ireland says Cornish pasties. Pasties? I don't know.
Well, no, they're similar. From my understanding, there's a difference between them, but it's one of those things where you have to go up north to get them where they taste good. A lot of places
Gotcha.
down this way sell them, and they're just not the same. But yeah, the big debate there is the ketchup or the gravy. So, but yeah, the vinegar thing's getting popular with the fries, and I can't remember who said it. Somebody said you need to try fish and chips. We've got a couple of good places left in the Metro Detroit area that do it right. A lot of other places, it's just ugh.
Yeah, did you there used to be a chain called Alfie's. Do you remember that? My dad loved
I
eating at Alfie's Fish and Chips, and back in the late 70s, early 80s.
yeah.
And
Well,
they're
we
not in
had
this area anymore, but he was drunk most of the time and generally called them Arfies.
yeah.
It was kind of a running joke in the Phoenix coins. I'm sorry. It's not shameless begging for swag. I am beyond reproach for not getting it out to you already. I've promised you a couple of times. Hi, T-Bird. So anyway, what were you saying?
No, we had, I don't remember Alfie's, but we had a chain around here called Arthur Treacher's.
Yep,
And
I remember that
then
too.
they changed their name to Seafood Bay, and then they disappeared. But that was like you were saying, that was you guys don't have White Castle out by you, do you?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well,
We don't in Omaha, but St. Louis, in
well,
Missouri,
seafood
they were pretty big.
Seafood Bay, Arthur Treacher's, that was like I got to put something in my stomach because I'm on the way home from the bar at 2:00 in the morning. Seafood.
Ooh, sea,
Kind of like White Castle is now. Everybody goes to
sea,
White Castle on the way home from the bar.
yeah. So you're saying it was like a White Castle rectum rocket, only fish?
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Well, it was good when it was Arthur Treacher's, but when it switched over to Seafood Bay, it was obviously fast food
yeah.
seafood.
I'm
But
afraid any seafood place that says Seafood Bay,
right,
any
right.
fish place, kind
But
of catch all.
but we had a place, because I've mentioned it before, like on my channel. I grew up in Detroit, southwest side of Detroit, and we used to go to there was a fish and chips place in Dearborn that was called Brown's, and the entire family was from Scotland, and they made the fish and chips the UK way, and there, believe me, there's a difference.
Oh yeah.
And it was just phenomenal, and we cried when they went out of business.
Yeah.
And then there's a place up on the northwest side of Detroit now that I was shocked is still in business. They're still doing it the UK way. I got to get off my butt and go one of these days.
Well, you and I, Benson's Coins mentioned coming to England, so you and I should probably go to England and get some fish and chips. You know, Alfie's used to wrap it in paper, and
Oh yeah,
I think that's pretty traditional. But we need to go over there and go see Benson's Coins. And
yeah, that was the thing I liked about Browns. They wrap their fish and chips in newspaper. Yeah, because that used to be the old thing.
Yeah,
and then they used to make this was my grandfather's thing and my thing. We loved their clam chowder because they made it from scratch every day. Yeah, it wasn't like the pre-made food service clam chowder, and you could get it in the big carryout containers. What I used to call a gut buster size cup. You know, if you put pop in it, it was a gut buster. But I mean, like, we'd come home with like a half gallon of clam chowder, and then we
man,
threatened to stab you in the hand if you tried to take it from us.
I haven't had good clam chowder, and I don't know how long. Yeah. Kevin Schick says malt vinegar on the table at Arthur Treacher's, no ketchup to be found. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vinegar on fries is good. Now I want some fries. Yeah, see, and see, Becky, it's self-fulfilling here. I said you won't leave here hungry in the description of the Snacklebox video here. So
now, a disclaimer though about the vinegar: don't put regular vinegar on. It's got to be malted vinegar.
Malt vinegar is
vinegar. Don't do just plain old vinegar. You will not be happy.
Diddly boo. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and you know, even like I'll eat it. I don't even know if you can call this fish. Long John Silver's like once a year to remind me why I don't eat there.
Right.
But I always, always grab the malt vinegar.
Well, see, even Long John Silver's used to be good.
Yeah, it did.
We've only got like, I think if I want Long John Silver's now, I've either got to go down to Toledo, Ohio, or I've got to go over to the northeast side of Detroit because they're like almost all gone. So,
hey, Farmer Stacker, welcome in. Well, Dave Richardson says Whitby, North Yorkshire in England has the best fish and chips in the world. Okay.
Cool. It's on my list of things to do.
Yeah, book us a flight, dude. What are you waiting for? You ain't got that book yet?
Yeah, I'm too cheap to go get a passport.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't really want to necessarily travel anywhere. I would go to the UK, but
yeah, that's definitely I would do it for
have a hard time giving up my Second Amendment rights over there to visit, but I suppose we could do with pitchforks and rakes and stuff like everybody else over there. That's just kind of a gig, you know. No offense to all my UK brethren and sisters, but y'all need to sharpen your pitchforks. That's about all I got to say about that. Cash me outside. How about that?
The legend of that girl will never die.
No, and I was yesterday. I was saying that, and I think that's going to be my new catchphrase for the channel.
I think every time I see that video, I just look at Dr. Phil's face and lose it.
Yeah,
the Oprah created shrink.
What a pillar in society that man is, huh?
It's good entertainment. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching WWE. If you're doing it for the entertainment factor, it's all right. But as far as therapy, not so much.
No, that's I joke around. I refer to him as the Oprah created shrink. So
yeah, and we all envy his ties to the Big O these days, huh?
Yeah, right. As much as I envy a root canal.
Really, Emerald, this is more proof that nobody watches my videos. He's asking, he says, what is charcuterie? And it's dead. Um, for about a year now, Emerald, from time to time, me and Jamie Frost from Japan have had this thing back and forth about charcuterie. It's one of those things that absolutely drives me BS crazy. I can't stand it. Most people, there's like written rules for charcuterie boards and all this and that, and there really is. I did a
Yeah.
video on it and had the rules printed out and everything. Uh so yeah. If you watch my videos, Emerald, um
Oh. Hey, Cranky, if you ever come to visit, I've got the ultimate setup for you for a charcuterie.
uh
I know you're probably not gonna be able to see this. I'm gonna have to move the camera around here.
oh yes.
There you go.
Is that the UP? Or that's Michigan.
That's the lower peninsula, and then the upper peninsula is printed on the little container for whatever your dip or whatever you want to put in the middle.
So they're changing the name to Detroit.
Well,
It's not far off.
Hopefully they get, because the as the political scene goes here, I can't say because I actually don't live in the city anymore. I was born and raised there, but I don't live there anymore. The mayor is not running for re-election because he's running for governor.
Oh boy.
And one of our and hopefully they get somebody decent to replace him, because he's not exactly high on my list of favorite people.
Yeah. Hi, Steve LaPointe. Welcome in. Do you think I know it's pretty blue up there, but do you think that maybe this is a good time for the trend to catch and reverse itself as far as municipal government?
It did a huge U-turn back in November.
See you, T-Bird.
It did a huge U-turn back in November because I remember sitting there watching the poll results that night, and our current president took Detroit, which never happens.
Mm-hmm.
And he took one of the most democratic counties in the state of Michigan, Macomb County. And when that map lit up red for Macomb County, and then because they give Detroit its own separate section from the rest of Wayne County, and Detroit went red, it's like yikes. So,
yeah,
Steve, I agree. Yeah, they need something. But no,
I had that up for a second. There it is.
You probably can't see it, but because of the way the light is. But there's the map of the UP on the lid.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
for whatever you want to call this thing. So, but yeah, I saw that. We were talking about Meyer before we went live. I saw that at Meyer. I was like, I gotta grab that.
So that's like the precursor to the Snacklebox, then.
Right, there you go.
Depending on how long you've had that. There's a prototype Snacklebox.
No, I just got that a couple weeks ago. They were because them being a Michigan company, they do a lot of Michigan stuff.
That's cool.
Buy Michigan first type thing, and I saw that. I'm like, yeah, I gotta have that.
Awesome thing. They don't do anything like that down here. I mean, as far as Nebraska, the only thing they do is like a giant inn. For the Huskers.
Yeah.
So, which is fine. I mean, that's what we got here. Wind and Huskers. Did you know that the original team name of the Cornhuskers? Here's a little trivia question. Anybody got the answer to that? The original name of the Cornhuskers for college football?
I don't.
Well, you wouldn't unless you.
See,
I don't even know why I'm asking anybody.
Football fan. I'm a bad college football fan. I should know this.
No, it was the Bug Eaters.
Okay.
I kid you not, the Bug Eaters.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's kind of understandable how happy everybody is being called the Huskers.
Right.
Instead of the
Well,
Eaters.
it could be worse. It could be worse. They could be called the Buckeyes. So.
Oh, snap.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
I love it.
Or the
Yeah.
Spartans, for that matter.
Well, now I mean, at least they're in Michigan.
I'll take a jab at our friends from East Lansing.
Yep, Bellows Forge just said it. Yep,
Yeah.
bug eaters. Did you Google that, Bellows Forge, or did you actually know that? Blistering Barnacle says he can't comment on Elon's channel for another 3.5 years.
Oh.
Well, what BBA is that on X or? Yep, Steve Lapointe says always been a Fighting Irish fan. Well, being part Irish, I've always kind of liked them too. But
well, in being a Michigan fan, we're supposed to not like Notre Dame, but God, I was cheering for them in the national championship game.
Yeah, me too.
I know they were a huge underdog, but I was hoping.
Yeah. What's he say? Dave Richardson says if you have mushy peas with your fish and chips, you know all about wind.
Oh, yeah. I gave up peas the minute I turned 18 and could say no to what was on my dinner plate.
Oh my God, I love them. We've actually had kind of, that's funny he would say that because we've had kind of this running joke here at the house. It's like, what do you want for dinner? And I I don't care, and Lori will say, well, we're gonna have this, and this, and I'm like, and peas, because I'd like to have the peas. Well, sure, yeah, sure, we can have them. And then 3 days go by and we haven't had peas, and then I'll say, and peas, and
well, see, I don't have a problem if they're like in something, like say they're in stew or they're in vegetable soup, or they're like mixed vegetables, as a side or whatever. But to just straight up as a side, I can't do it.
See, I just love them. And now we may have to have them explain the difference between like a side of peas or mushy peas. What qualifies it as mushy peas, you guys? And yeah, Bellows, you didn't cheat. You I mean, who would have been able to do that without Googling it? I don't know. Okay, I've been on a Italian sausage and peppers kick lately. That's pretty good.
Hey, Dodge. Heck yeah, what time's dinner? I'm on my way.
You cannot, yeah, right? You can't go wrong with Italian sausage. I'm just saying. Something I am. Okay.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Looks like I'm making a video. I'm blistering barnacles. All right. Excellent. This could be good. Very entertaining.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Let's see here. What do we got? Emerald. How old are you? I don't know why I'm being so hard on Emerald tonight. It's just he says if it comes out of a can. Yeah. No. I don't.
Mushy. A lot of stuff's mushy when it comes out of the can. I don't know, like asparagus. Ugh.
Oh my gosh, you can't beat that. It took me 3 years to get things going in a asparagus patch in the backyard here.
Well, I mean, if it's grilled or it's steamed, that's one thing. But the stuff that comes out of the can, it's like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I'm not a big one on that. But fresh I can definitely do.
Yeah.
And I really, really like it, like grilled. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's the way to do that. Fish and chips and peas at least twice a week. Well, see, we got to go.
Yeah.
We got to go. English mustard. Yep. What's the difference between English mustard and, well, you know what? That's probably a giant rabbit hole. But because you've always heard of French mustard, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any Grey Poupon?
I was just gonna say, pull up next to each other at the red light. Me, do you have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
No, I don't, you schmuck.
Well, see, there was a trend there for a while. Everybody used to, oh, when I was still in law enforcement, where we would pull, and in the Detroit area, we call them scout cars. You know, like New York City calls them RMPs. I think LA calls them cruisers. We call them scout cars. We would, get a couple scout cars pull up next to each other, and one of us would be dumb enough to go to the grocery store and buy the little jar of Grey Poupon, and then have somebody take a picture of us handing it out the window to the guy next to us.
Right. I like it. I like it a lot.
Hey, I want to say LAPD started it, then the CHP did it, and then Detroit got into it, NYPD. We had it going all over the country. Everybody was doing it.
Yeah, yep. And Steve, okay, so here Steve Lapointe says he prefers Golden's mustard.
Okay.
I'm not a big mustard fan, except that you got to have it on a hot dog, which I
Yes.
rarely eat anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of, oh my gosh, like a Dagwood type ham and Swiss on rye
Oh
with
yeah.
a stone ground mustard, a
Yes.
brown. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and I said we weren't going to leave here hungry. So,
Oh, there you go. Benson's coin just said English mustard blows your nose off and French mustard doesn't.
oh, I like it.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah. Steve Lapointe just said pastrami on rye with mustard. Yeah. I'm in.
Yeah, see, I could do me a stack of. Now, how many of y'all out there know what I meant when I said a Dagwood? You surely do, Mishy.
Oh yeah.
I know 3D, if he's still here, I know he would know. He's close to my age. I shall not disclose how old he is, but he and I were talking earlier today because I had somebody ask me about doing something and I'm not real sure how to do, and he might take something up there. Hey, FG Stagger, welcome. And I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, you got to be a certain age to know what a Dagwood is.
Yeah.
Yep, FG says he knows what a Dagwood is. Mike knows what a Dagwood sandwich. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Good stuff.
Blondie. That's right, Mike.
I had one of the nurses at work last night. I happened to be strolling through our and I work in my hospital that I work at is tiny. So I walked through our one ICU that we have, and of course they got the Super Bowl on, and everybody's oohing and on over that, whatever that thing was that they called the halftime show. And I made the comment, I said, last good halftime show they had was Prince. And nurse turned around and says, well, I'd expect that out of an old person.
Oh my gosh, really? They're so cute when they're that age.
To which I turned around, I spun right back around and looked at her, and I said, well, I would expect that from a child.
And it's
like that.
What's really funny too is and I hadn't even thought about getting into the Super Bowl thing or the halftime show, but I didn't watch much of the game at all.
Yeah.
I was kind of busy, but first of all, I thought the Chiefs were supposed to play yesterday. And second, the halftime show, I am that old guy now that says didn't understand a word the dude was saying or singing or whatever.
Right. I saw none of the game yesterday because obviously, we were busy as all last night.
Yeah.
And I saw about 15 seconds of the halftime show. And that was just because I happened to be walking past the television that was on and had it on. And it just I go back and I guess I'm turning into that grumpy old man that I think back and people can agree with me or disagree with me. When they really started pushing this with like big name acts doing a halftime show and singing and doing all this stuff, Michael Jackson did a phenomenal job. Great halftime show. And then
he was there last night.
No, maybe
should have been.
but I'm going back to the '90s.
Okay.
With that one. He did a phenomenal halftime show. Prince did a
Yeah.
phenomenal halftime show in
Yeah.
2007. I actually I was working Super Bowl in 2006 when it was here in Detroit. And as much as I love the Rolling Stones, they sounded horrible.
Oh, I've never been a Stones fan anyway.
At Ford Field. I mean, I don't get me right. There's a few of their songs I like.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, I'm not going to run out and buy tickets for farewell tour number 85.
Right.
If it comes
Yeah.
up.
Mick's got to pay for his newborn.
Right. Like there was, I can't remember the guy's name that's in the band, but they had a picture on Facebook a couple of years ago. And it said this, and it's this old guy sitting there with a 1-year-old, and they're playing around with the guitar, and it said it was him teaching Willie Nelson how to play the guitar.
Yeah, probably Keith Richards.
Yeah. But they sounded horrible in person.
I've never cared that much for her. I just
or was it the one year? And I was telling one of the people at work about it last night. The Who did halftime one year, and it happened to be that the Super Bowl was in Tampa that year. It was on CBS because CBS and Fox flip-flop. Like this year, I don't even know which channel it was on. I think it was on Fox this year, so next year it'll be on CBS.
And Tubi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Tubi's cool for if you're looking for like old TV shows that you watched back in
free movies years. And stuff. Yeah.
And it's free, so you don't have to pay for it. But the Who was the halftime show, and they did 3 songs. Now remember, I said they were on CBS. They did 3 songs, and guess which 3 songs they did?
No idea.
You remember the CSI show?
Oh yeah.
They did their song that was the intro for Vegas, Miami, and New York. That was the only 3 songs that Who did because it was on CBS.
Wow.
It's like, okay, well, that's original.
All the great material they had too, right?
Yeah.
B and Becky says she watched it on Tubi. Yeah, I tried to, but it says free, but then it wanted me to set up an account. I was like, no, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
So Steve LaPointe was on in Bellows, I'm hearing. Hey, 210. Hi, Southeast. I'm hearing some people were on Salivate Metals last night. How'd that come about? I'm not important enough for Sal to get me on his channel. I listen to him all the time, faithful follower of Brother John Birch. But now there's a throwback for you too. Do you remember that line?
What's that?
I'm a faithful follower of Brother John Birch. And I ain't even got a garage. You can call home and ask my wife. There's a music trivia for you. Oh, and by the way, Emerald, are you still in here? I know I'm kind of rambling, but this is by the seat of our pants. So yesterday's stream, we were talking music and things like that. Me and SGT was on. God bless him. I have a new friend there. Really had fun with him and Emerald. And Emerald, there's one thing we were talking about, like the first concert you went to and things like that. And there is one band that epitomizes my music taste and the period of music for me. And that was it was the band. I did say they played with Dylan for several years. Bob Dylan in the band concert in St. Louis I saw. Leon Russell came out and a bunch of people. But hey, SGT, the band has it's basically like a movie documentary kind of thing, but the soundtrack is phenomenal. It's like major groups and performers for a 20-30 year period. And it's called The Last Waltz. If anybody really wants to hear what the music of the period that I grew up in is about, go watch The Last Waltz. There is not a bad moment of music in that whole
Nice.
It's an hour and a half, 2 hour movie, but it's phenomenal, phenomenal. So,
Throw a comment out there for Bellows. Yeah, you know what? I'm not surprised that more people were watching Sal than were watching the Super Bowl yesterday because it just.
I'm not surprised. Being Becky says I lurked with Sal for a while.
So, yeah, it's you got everybody's putting up their first concerts, and I know. I'm in the early 50 bracket, and kind of nerdy, kind of some of our UK friends might not like it, but my first concert was actually the Black Watch.
Don't know him.
The Black Watch is a military pipe band from Scotland, and they bring their regular marching band with them, and it's me being of Scottish heritage.
Absolutely.
You want to, the goosebumps get goosebumps, and then those goosebumps get goosebumps. With the pipes going, and I got the opportunity to see them 3 times. I guess they don't tour anymore. They don't come to Detroit anymore. But oh yeah, that was my first official concert. It wasn't. First rock concert was after I got married, and my ex-wife has not missed a Bon Jovi show. Every time they come to Detroit, she's there. Even if they come back and do a second show, she's there for that one too.
Nice.
And I still joke around with her. I said the reason our son loves Bon Jovi is because she, and I say this respectfully because I felt bad for her. She waddled into Comerica Park very, very, very pregnant in August of 2003 with my son to see him at Comerica Park. And I think that day it was like 96 degrees outside.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
90% humidity. She didn't care. She had to go see her baby.
Women are definitely tougher than guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good first concerts going in the chat over here and stuff. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Huey Lewis in the News. I think that was FG. They used to have the best videos, I tell you.
Oh yeah.
And
and being Becky says you can't afford concerts anymore. Oh my God, she's not kidding. I think the last time Bon Jovi was here, my ex-wife had to pay for tickets in installments.
Yeah,
because it was like $150 a ticket, and that wasn't even floor seats.
I can't see it. It's just
No,
amazing. Lori's daughter took her to see the Eagles this last time around, and it was over $150.
Yeah,
but I paid. I saw. Oh golly, REO Speedwagon, and this is when they actually played songs instead of candy ass little whiny stuff. REO Speedwagon, and for the love of Pete, who's Steven Tyler?
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, yeah, $15. And I was probably there was only 2,000 seats, and I was probably 20 feet from the stage. What a great concert that was! $15, folks.
Oh yeah. Well, they did one time, and this was well before my son was born. They did it was Def Leppard, Cheap Trick, and Journey all came together, and they played at the Palace Auburn Hills, which no longer exists. That's when you know you're getting old, when you watch them build a new arena and then you watch them tear it down.
Yeah.
I've done that twice. I watched them build Joe Louis Arena for the Red Wings, and I watched them build the Palace for the Pistons. And both buildings are gone. The Palace is a vacant lot, and they're building a high-rise hotel where Joe Louis Arena used to be. But it was like $25 a ticket, and we were on the floor at the Palace for these 3 bands.
Wow.
And it was great until everybody started sparking up.
Yeah.
And then
at least the smoke kind of rises, did it?
Well, yeah, but it's got to come out before it goes off.
Right.
And I spent most of the concert outside breathing fresh air because I had to go to work the next morning, and I didn't want get sent down to the medical section and
Yeah, I have.
give them a hot cup. So,
Pardon my cough there. Yeah, man, are you looking at these, Mishy, seeing all these bands now? Now look at all the bands in the chat that everybody's been mentioning, and
yeah,
I mean, you know, uh, it's amazing. These bands have been around 40, 50 years, and
yeah,
the ones that are around today, they're like a flash in the pan. They don't know
right.
what true success is.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
it's
and
amazing, and I'm not a Stones fan, but my gosh, they've been around, over 50 years. So,
Steve
uh,
LaPointe just said Bruce Springsteen, the E Street Band, until he went woke. Amen.
yeah,
Yep.
amen. Yep.
Yep.
Here's a question for you, and I was thinking it was in my head. I was thinking it was Hugh Lewis in the News, but it wasn't. Oh, I know who it was. There's a song that is tied very closely to the death of my father, right about the time was the time he passed.
Mhm.
Mike and the Mechanics
Okay.
came out with the song "In the Living Years,"
Yeah.
and I could not listen to that song for like a year without bawling my eyes out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm
Mm.
you you can open that a little bit if you need to. Oh, okay. Is he in here? He does not. He's a user of me. They were looking at the cat in here. I don't know how he got
Ah.
in here with me, but I hate cats. Foghat. Oh my gosh, being Becky, that there's a band not too many people know about. Jefferson Airplane. Yeah. I just love getting into our conversations, Mishy. We get some really
Well,
cool
you
stuff.
said something about not liking cats, and my cat's ears just went sideways. So
Yeah, he
he heard
knows
you.
me.
He
You,
heard you.
he knows me. He knows me. You don't scare me.
Oh,
Because he's probably looking at you just like, wait till I catch that dude asleep. Yeah.
no, he'll come up and rub on you. He's a very lovey cat. So he's
Well,
not the
you just
typical.
you just take all that rubbing up on all you want, Mishy. I, for one, will not stand for it.
No, he's not the standard pardon the expression, a-hole cat. He's he's one. He's I think he's part dog. If you're laying, like when I had the flu back last month, he literally sat there at my head staring at me and like snuggling up to me. It was like he knew I didn't feel good. So
Being Becky is asking any new cranky creations. No, I'm pretty much done having kids, but
oh
how about that?
boy.
How about that?
Yeah,
Cash me outside.
can't
Yeah,
can't
Becky,
take Cranky anywhere.
you can dress him up all you want to, but I'm working on these. I'm gonna do some more buttons and some cubes again for the next auction, but I'm working on these Christ Tears, and this is the original and number one right here. They're really coming along pretty good. And then I told the story yesterday on the live stream. This is a double terminated quartz crystal that I dug out of the clay at Mount Ida, Arkansas myself. And
Oh
so
wow.
that's, yeah, they usually come in clusters like back here, right? So they're all
Yeah.
stuck to the bedrock, to the
Yep.
matrix. And the double terminated, the only way you find them is actually in a clay pocket, free floating in there. So they're pointed and tapered on both ends. And I did I did a closed pour on it, and I didn't vent it, so it's kind of rough. It'll clean up okay, but you can even see right here. There's a little piece on the crystal itself, and that is also right here on the um, on the prototype here. So that's all I got going new right now. But I'm gonna do some little shells and that kind of stuff because I think they'd be cool. I'm really getting into the jewelry side
See,
the
I live
necklace
vicariously through all
pieces.
you guys that pour. I'd love to do that, but I don't have the steady hands for it anymore.
Well, and
So,
believe me, I don't much either. Hence the nicks in my thumb from the
yeah.
Dremel. But
Well, I'll tell you, the other night at work, it took me 20 minutes to open a bottle of Gatorade because my fingers didn't want to work right. So,
that's it's okay. It's fun. I mean, I've
yeah.
really started enjoying it. So yeah. So we're gonna hang on just a minute.
Cherie Ward is here. Hello. Good evening.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to delete. There we go.
All right, Kevin. Have a good
Hey,
night.
good night, Kevin. Thanks for coming in. Hi, Cherie Ward. Did you just see my synopsis on new creations? And we ain't talking babies here. Kevin Sheck sent me these too. This is really cool. These pennies that are stamped with the little crosses out of them.
Oh
I got
yeah.
a bunch of these. These are going to go out for gifts and stuff like that. But I'm going to
Well,
keep a
that's
few
kind
of
of
them as
cool that you
well.
have the crosses too, because usually you see those and the crosses are nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I think it's cool as heck,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And I can even on a couple of them, there's a Lincoln penny in there, like copper, not one of
Right.
the newer pennies, and I can match the face up on it. It's cool.
Yeah.
And then he also sent me this, which is just really cool. It's a 1925 commemorative $50 Stone
Oh
Mountain,
yeah.
and Being Becky did an eagle review on different coins. Which eagle do
Right.
you like better? And I had just gotten this from him with prayers for for my son, and this came like the day before or 2 days before. I'd never seen one before she did her video, and then she did a video on it, and then somebody else did something with a stone mountain. It was like 3 times in 3 or 4 days. It was pretty cool. So yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. And then of course we got, now that's going to be forever me and Thule's deal. That's
Yeah.
that's one horse, two horse, one horse, two horse.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
you got a
well,
whole bunch of horses now, from what I saw.
yeah, I'm gonna have to thin the herd a little bit. I think I'll have to put them out to greener pastures, uh, and just keep rotating the stock, just like every
There you
good
go.
rancher
Yeah.
does. You rotate your stock. Keep
Yeah.
that bloodline expanding out. But yeah, I got some pretty cool stuff. I'm really starting to enjoy the hand poured pieces and just
Oh yeah.
different channels. 3D, thanks for coming in, buddy. I really appreciate it. You be safe out there tonight, and get some good rest, buddy. I really like that guy. He and I have a lot more in common than some people might think, but
Yeah.
he's truly a good man. Did you see the ring he made for Mike
Yes, I
today in
did.
his video? Holy
Yeah.
cow. That was beautiful. And I've got a copper ring coming that he was kind enough to gift me in his 250 sub live stream, and I'm
Cool.
real excited to get the Bob Hearts from him because those have a story. I
Yeah,
kind of like things that have a
those were great.
story.
I was watching that auction he did.
I think I got that from Thule too, because she's always been one to really appreciate stories and having
Right.
an attachment to things. And I didn't used to really care that much. I mean, not that you could tell that I don't like my personal things, but I think she and GSF were talking about hoarding things, and I said I felt kind of convicted there for a second, but then it passed and everything. But I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, that ASE ring was, although here we'll do a little quick survey here. Would you have it toned like that? Would you have it with the liver of sulfur dark like that? I didn't think I'd like it, but it was smoking when he got done with it.
Yeah.
So who out there would do it as a dark toner like that, and who would leave it the silver color? Hey, Silver Stallion, how you doing? What would you do, Mishy?
I think I'd send him 2 ASEs and do one each way.
Oh, there you go. There's an idea. Now, I don't want to get too personal or anything, but my goodness, how big a ring do you wear, if I may ask?
I haven't worn a ring since before I lost all the weight I lost. And when I was at my largest, I was at like a 14 and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. My hands have shrunk quite a bit. So I don't know. I would have to go get measured. So.
Well, but that's still, I mean, you're still not talking like a 6 or anything, right?
No. Hell, I don't even think a 6 would go on my pinky. But I want to say, I think my class ring in high school was like a 12 and a half because I got bare paws. So.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. I wish I had big hands, but unfortunately, I do not. So we're getting, a lot of people are saying toned. Becky, or Cherie, she says from one box to another box. Who made it for you? Who made what, Cherie? Yeah, 210 says he'd tone it. BBA says toned, Bellows toned. I think, see, I just really like the look at this. I mean, look at this. Look at how this is toning up just in the natural on this is one of the first ones I bought.
Yeah.
It's toning up so pretty. And this, I mean, this has just been sitting out here raw. That was the first pair of horses there. Well, it was the first round. But I mean, everything's. I just like watching it tone. This is another one that's toned up real nice, just being on set. Yeah. So I like silver in the raw. Set it free.
There you go.
Does Thule know you have tiny hands? I don't have tiny hands. I never said I had tiny hands, JK. I said I wish I had bigger hands.
Or one of the old guys when
I can wish, can he?
One of the old guys when I first became a cop used to refer to these as meat hooks. He goes, "Yeah, you got some good meat hooks there. You're gonna do good in this police department."
That's the ring. Cherie, are you talking about this ring down here? Oh, snap! This ring here. This ring here, or the ring that I got at I've got the copper coming from 3D. This is a 3D also, and it's like a 4.5 or something like that. Look at my giant hands. This is a size 12. No, I'm only kidding. It's see, everything is relative. JK gives me a thumbs up. There you go. Yeah. Whew. Got out of that one. I did remove a comment earlier because somebody referred to my age, and that's all fine and good. I just kind of did it as a don't let Thule know my child labor is actually cranky.
Oh. Did you see what Gold Sniping Farmer just said?
Yeah. Yeah. Child labor. Yeah. Well, we're going to have to renegotiate our contract after that one, Farmer. Hi. Good evening, sir. Shiny silver, not a huge fan of toning, but occasionally find some with colors popping. I love. Yeah, and that the way he did that one today was just awesome. I think it was like a 10.5. It was very pretty. Worked out real fine with that ASE. So, yeah. Well, what else is happening? Anybody need any anything set straight in their mind, me and Missy can do it.
Well, pitchers and catchers are probably going to report for spring training here in a few more days.
All right. Are you a Tigers fan?
Oh yeah.
I'll be darned. I guess I
Yeah.
didn't realize that you were a Tigers fan.
Oh yeah. The only Detroit team I don't talk about is the Pistons.
Yeah.
And it's just because they've stunk almost as long as the Lions have.
Yeah, there's just something
the
about
last couple
basketball
years.
that doesn't seem as important either.
Well, I was big into basketball when I was in high school because I had friends that were on the basketball team that eventually went on to be famous college basketball players, and then a couple of them made it to the NBA, and the ones pretty much disappeared off the face of the planet, and the other ones working for TNT on their basketball coverage, NBA coverage. So, but yeah, I kind of gave up on it. But no, I love my Tigers, I love my Lions, I love my Red Wings. But when it comes to the baseball and the hockey, I go down to Toledo because it's cheaper and it's more fun.
There you go.
And they're both farm teams for Detroit teams.
So. Let's see. I would be third generation Cardinal fan.
Okay.
And so actually we're like 5 generations in because my sons and my grandsons are they're all Cardinal fans. So we used to go to and stay at the Stadium Hilton there by Busch Stadium, where they had the Cardinal museum, not museum, but yeah, I guess it's the Cardinal Museum. And it would be me and my grandsons and my sons, and we used to have an absolute ball. And one year when my oldest grandson was still in high school, we got the boys their own room there, and they let's just say he was either in junior high school or freshman in high school. But anyway, he left the room at midnight to get a pop in the hall.
Yeah.
And his brother was sound asleep in there, and he got locked out of the room. And
oops.
Yeah. And he wound up going down to the front desk of the Hilton Inn in his boxer shorts to get back in the room. It's been a funny story in the family for 2 generations now. It's like, okay, yeah, that's we're having a little snippy sniping at each other in here. GSF and SGT fight. GSF and SGT fight. They're getting after each other.
Well, I used to, and this is projecting my age a little bit. I used to be able to take my allowance my mom would give me, and I wouldn't even I just jokingly call it an allowance. It was like, okay, kid, get out of the house and go have some fun money is what it was. She would give me $20 on Saturday morning. I could walk up to the corner, get on the city bus, take it down, get off a block away from Tiger Stadium, walk up, it's game day, walk up, get a bleacher seat, go through the turnstile, get my bag of popcorn, my hot dog, my pop, and a program with the score sheet. And back then, when you got the program and the score sheet, you were the cool kid at school if you had the Tiger Stadium pencil that they had. It was a real pencil to fill out your score sheet with. And I'd go up there, sit there, and have a ball. And I'd turn around and do that because I still had money left. I'd do the same thing on Sunday. Now, she wouldn't let me go to night games. She would drive me down there and then come pick me up. But it was the same thing. If they were at home on a Friday night, heck yeah, I was at Tiger Stadium. And then all these years later, I don't like Comerica Park. I don't like the way it's set up. The atmosphere is not there. It's maybe part of it's got to do with now we have to put a big corporate name on everything. You know, like
Yeah.
Comerica Park,
Yeah.
Ford Field. Okay, Ford Field where the Lions play, I get it. The Fords own the building, they own the team, they own parts of they own just about as much of Detroit as Roger Penske and Dan Gilbert do.
Yep.
So they want to slap their own name on the stadium, have at it.
Yeah.
You know, the arena where the Red Wings play, Little Caesars Arena. That's the Illich's taking money from one account and putting it in another.
Yep.
Because they own Little Caesars.
Yep.
But it's
Go
just
ahead.
when they started all that corporate garbage, it took the atmosphere out of it. And you know, I mean, and granted, you know, it's the same thing down in Toledo. We go down there to watch the Mud Hens play, or we go down to watch the Walleye play for hockey. Yeah, it's Huntington Center, it's Fifth Third Field, but you still have the feel that, okay, we're here to watch hockey, we're here to watch baseball. You know, you get that. I don't know if I'm even making sense, but it's just it feels like, you know, like Sherry Ward says here, you know, the old ball game. It actually feels like the old ball game when you're down there, not up here. So.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna ask for a point of order here, if I may. SGT, point of order, please. Exactly what is Farmer to sit on? If you could clarify that for me. And remember, this is a family channel. I tell you, they're so cute when they're that age.
Cue the Final Jeopardy music.
Yeah. It's like I used to tell guys that work for you can do anything you want on your last day. It's like, this ain't my last day. Well, if you do that, it might be. Go ahead and find out, right? Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I should probably go, and so I can finish cleaning the house. And did you hear that, Mitchie?
No clarification needed. It won't be family friendly.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, she's still alive.
Whatever Farmer has in the bag. Well,
okay,
since it's a family show, we'll say it's a whoopee cushion.
Very good. Good answer, SGT. Good answer. You know, just yeah, I'm glad he did that. Self-policing here on this channel. This is good. This is good. Oh shoot. Well, I really should go. It's been a good one as always. And keep those videos coming to me.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's and you know, it's kind of funny because I thought about it after I sent it to you. I was like, you know what? He's gonna think that's all that goes on in Michigan.
Well, I grew up halfway between St. Louis and Kansas City.
Yeah.
So, you know, on the fringe of things, we got the long chases back in the day, but not from one state to, well, actually, literally, it could be one state to the other.
It kind of cracks me up though, because you know, Michigan, I just say they're the American Mounties. You know, they're you know, you always hear about the Canadian Mounties. We always get our man. Well, MSP, if they'll let them, they'll chase you to the moon. You know, but it kind of cracks me up because I sent you that video, and that one, the MSP got in the chase literally right at my exit off I-75 down here, and chased him, you know, pardon my French, damn near to Bowling Green. Well, yeah, pretty much to Bowling Green, Ohio, before his sergeant's like, no, Ohio's highway patrols there, turn around and come back.
Yeah.
But you know, and up until a few years ago, Ohio would do the same thing because they actually chased one from Perrysburg, just south of Toledo. They let the guy up for a traffic violation, and he jetted on him. Well, as he's coming through Toledo, you never usually see the state highway patrol down there on the freeways in Toledo. You always see Toledo on the freeway.
Yeah.
And
that's how they do it here.
They were, Toledo was getting ready to pace this guy that was running, and he drives by and he opens fire on the Toledo guys. Thank God none of them were hit or anything. Well, now Toledo's mad as, pardon the expression, mad as hell, and they're not taking it anymore.
Yeah.
So you've got the Ohio State Highway Patrol and Toledo PD. They come across the state line into Michigan, and they actually chased him up not far from the Ambassador Bridge, just south of downtown Detroit.
Wow.
But now there's, I'll have to send you the
Yep.
one. Some guys got the bright idea to steal a U-Haul and go down and steal liquor from one of the big grocery stores down in Bowling Green, Ohio, and thought they were going to make it back to Michigan without getting caught. And there you saw where the times have changed, and Ohio State Highway Patrol gets to the state line coming up US 23, and they turned around, and the guys thought they were home free because you could see them going up the hill and slowing down. Well, as they're slowing down, all these black and white Ford Explorers come up out of the ditches. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department was sitting there waiting for them. They chased them all the way to downtown Detroit. And the only reason they caught them was because the guys ran out of gas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, but yeah, we do have some interesting ones up here. So,
well, sir, I think we'll. And being Becky, if you're still in here, I see you said have a good night. I got mail today from Being Becky, and I haven't opened it as yet, so I'll probably do a video on that tomorrow. But yeah, and Cherie Ward's going to end us up here with a few words of wisdom, and that is, she's smarter than everybody thinks she is. It says, "I never stand behind a wild horse to be kicked." There you go. That's a great closing bit right there. I like it.
There you go. Yep.
So, all right, folks. Well, this is the end of another episode of Flying by the Seat of Our Pants. We're getting pretty good at this, I think.
Yeah.
Thule was going to try and come in, but she had some work that she was a priority thing, so she didn't get a chance to come in. I was really hoping she'd get to come in, but we'll get it next time.
Yeah.
I missed that. I missed that girl. We need to do the Three Musketeer thing again. And if you're wondering, yes, things are moving around a little bit.
Earthquake.
This is a sobriety test for everybody in the chat. Anyways,
you do the how many fingers am I holding up?
yeah. I can't do it on this. Anyway, all right, folks. Everybody stay safe, shoot straight, keep stacking, and stack the right stuff out there. Do stack yourself some time, folks, because that's really all we got. Mr. Mish, you want to close us out?
Keep stacking, keep hunting. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, and I believe it's going to be on my channel in 2 weeks. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming in. All right.